Welcome back to the show. Now, there are so many ways to help out in our community, from building a home to taking care of homeless animals to even just reading to children. So how do you know what to choose and when to actually do these good deeds?
Well, that is why United Way of Tucson in Southern Arizona has the Days of Caring. Bennett Burke is here to tell us about the community's single largest volunteer effort. Thank you so much for joining us today.
Thanks for having us, Tina.
So I love that we have Days of Caring.
Yes.
We're giving everyone 2 days basically to come out, pick a project, and do something great for the community. So explain how this came about or why we do it.
Well, Days of Caring, this will be our 16th year, and it was a great idea 16 years ago by Kathy Carlisle, who works for IBM. And it was just something that they did as a company-sponsored project, and it was such a great idea that other organizations decided they wanted to join in next year, and it's grown every year since. Last year was our 15th anniversary. 3,400 volunteers did nearly 200 projects throughout the community.
Wow.
That is amazing. And so we are obviously looking for agencies to kind of get involved. So talk about who you're looking for.
Okay, well, this is the perfect time to start thinking about projects. The Days of Caring works kind of in 2 stages. First, we sign up as many nonprofit agencies, child care centers, and schools as possible throughout the community to do projects that can be completed in one day, typically a morning on Wednesday, November 4th or Saturday, November 7th. So project submission opens June 29th, and we encourage representatives of all those kinds of organizations to be thinking about the kinds of things that they can have a team of volunteers do and get a lot of great volunteer work done on one or both of those days. Agencies and child care centers and schools can do projects on one of the days or both.
So once they've taken all of this into consideration, they think they've got a good project, how do they let you know, I would like it to be considered?
Well, the first thing they do is go to unitedwaytucson.org and click on Days of Caring right on the front page, and it will direct them to the place where they can sign up their project. And it's a great process. It walks them through a list of questions, kind of a checklist, to make sure that they've thought of all the things they'll need to consider in order to have the project ready to go on the day the volunteers show up. So it's a very simple process, and if agencies or schools or child care centers are wondering if they haven't participated before, maybe they're wondering, gosh, we don't know what we'd do, they can also contact us at the Volunteer Center, and we can give them lots of ideas.
Perfect. Well, okay, first of all, I think this is an amazing thing. I want to also say that November 7th is my birthday, so it's going to be extra special lucky this year. But what if somebody doesn't necessarily want to participate, but they still want to help Days of Caring? What can they do?
Well, there's all kinds of ways that people can help, Heather. First thing is we still have sponsorship opportunities available, so if people are interested in sponsoring all the great work that gets done, they can, again, contact United Way and the Volunteer Center. The other thing that people can do is encourage agencies, if they have a connection with an agency or support a particular agency. If they have children in school or child care centers, they can talk to those organizations and say, what are you doing for Days of Caring? Because we don't want to miss out on this great opportunity to mobilize some fabulous resources to get some great work done.
And I've taken part in United Way's Days of Caring twice in the last couple of years. Once I helped make meals for a shelter, and then another one we helped paint a daycare center that needed to be repainted.
Yep.
So it's really a huge gamut of projects that once we're ready to say, okay, I'd like to take part in these projects. And I think that's exactly in line with United Way, because what I love about United Way is you're very much a big umbrella. Right. You guys cover everything from young children all the way to seniors. You cover everything. Is that kind of way Days of Caring fits in with your mission?
I think so. Our mission statement is actually building a better community by uniting people, ideas, and resources. Well, as I said earlier, Days of Caring was a great idea once. It's still a great idea. And then we try to combine the people and the resources to get this work done. There are all kinds of great projects. You mentioned a couple types of projects. There are mission-based things like assisting seniors in grocery shopping, caring for adoptable animals. There are outdoor projects, building rainwater harvesting systems or creating community gardens, harvesting vegetables and preparing them for low-income families from gardens. Lots of outdoor projects in parks, painting benches, creating trails, and of course a lot of agencies, schools, and child care centers need a little work on their building. Maybe it's time to repaint, do some landscaping, or build some shelving for a storage for their supplies and materials. There's just an endless supply, and as I mentioned before, if people are struggling with ideas, well, we're happy to help them brainstorm.
Absolutely. And of course, we invite our viewers, anybody who's always wanted to kind of help out with the United Way, this is a great opportunity to kind of get started because you guys do need volunteers year-round.
Absolutely.
Well.
Yeah. And for other volunteer opportunities, in addition to Days of Caring, it is a great way to get started. And we often tell our schools and agencies that the people who come to volunteer may not know what you do and how important your work is, but they'll know afterward. And then maybe you want to get involved on a regular basis year-round. If you can't be involved in the particular volunteer opportunities at Days of Caring, and we hope that people are starting now to think about getting a team together from their workplace, their church, their service organizations. And if you can't do that, you can go to volunteer.unitedwaytucson.org and also find hundreds of other ways to volunteer all year round.
Perfect. Well, Mr. Burke, I want to thank you so much for joining us
Thanks
this
for
morning.
having
We're
me.
going to make sure our viewers have all of that information again. Again, agency submissions to Days of Caring opens June 29th, and the actual event is November 4th and 7th. For more information, you can call 903-9000 or log on to unitedwaytucson.org.